Welcome inside the Coyote Quarter video blog. How's everybody doing? I'm Jay Elsen, joined by Joe Van Goor. We are in Cedar Falls, Iowa, just outside the UNI, where the Coyotes will take on the University of Northern Iowa Panthers on Saturday afternoon. And this is Pregame Reads with JVG. And Joe, I think the story starts with Aaron Bailey, the dynamic playmaker of a quarterback that UNI has. He's a dual threat guy. Better thrower than Breon Carnes was, the guy that they had that was of similar makeup last year. But this guy's awfully dangerous. He showed that last week in the win against South Dakota State, rushing for almost 170 yards, putting up nearly 300 yards of total offense. Coyotes are going to have to find a way to slow him down on Saturday for sure.
And as you mentioned, a better runner than he is passing, uses the read option to his advantage. Bailey has that ability to hold, things for that and then look for a crease and run through it. So obviously the Coyote defensive line is going to have to be sound in their reads. Coyote linebackers are going to have to help out and run support.
In addition to Bailey, another one of the keys is going to be that matchup between the Coyote offensive line and the defensive line of UNI. The Panthers sacked Kevin Earl 7 times last year in that game in Vermillion. Obviously different quarterback. Ryan Sager's a little bit more elusive, but this is still a unit that can really get after the quarterback, and the Coyotes are going to have to protect Ryan Sager, keep him upright so he can go and make some plays.
Well, this is a defense that really held South Dakota State down offensively in Brookings on Hobo Day in front of a big crowd. Carter Schult for the Panthers, he's one to watch. He's the Valley Defensive Player of the Week, also won a national award. He single-handedly, well, he got some help, but had a lot of tackles for losses, and sacks for the Panthers against South Dakota State. So you got to find him, but there's also a couple others like in the defensive line and in the linebacker core that you have to watch for as well.
Overall, the defense for UNI very tough, but they have shown some susceptibility on the back end. That secondary has been able to be beaten. You saw it against NDSU when the team looked like they were maybe going to steal one in Fargo the week before the Coyotes went up there, and they got hurt in the passing game by Carson Wentz and some big plays down the stretch of that game that ultimately led to just a narrow defeat for the Panthers in Fargo. But it comes down to that offensive line, protecting Ryan Sager, keeping him upright, allowing him to make some plays in the passing game, because we all know the Coyotes want to run the ball. That's no secret. Mike Frederick got going last week in his first career start. But to do that, they're going to need to probably loosen some things up for him, and they could do that in the air.
That's right. With the receivers that the Coyotes have, Munchie Shuford, Brant Van Brukel, Nick Meyer. But, yeah, Coyote offensive line has to give Ryan Sager time to throw. Maybe Ryan can use a little bit of that read option that, has been successful for him in the Coyote wins so far this year. You mentioned Mike Frederick. Yeah, over 100 yards rushing, and that was key, especially coming off the Trevor Bauma injury. With the combination of Nick Gunn, I thought Corey Kilgore ran the football well as well last Saturday against Missouri State. All those three really have to run hard, and that Coyote offensive line's got to make some holes and give Ryan Sager time to throw.
Once again, our pregame reads for this week, starting with Aaron Bailey, the quarterback for UNI. Coyotes have to find a way to slow him down. Can you contain him? That's a great question, but you're certainly going to have to slow him down, or he's going to hurt you in a big way. That offensive line for the Coyotes against the defensive line for UNI, and then, of course, the ability to maybe loosen things up for Mike Frederick in that running game through the air. And, again, number 2 kind of hinges on number 3 in the way that the Coyotes are going to have to protect Ryan Sager to enable him to loosen things up through the air. So that's 3 things you're really going to want to look out for on Saturday afternoon here at the UNI. Again, the Coyotes going for a 3rd straight win in the Valley. They've done that one other time. It was in 2013, Joe. The 3rd of those wins came right here in Cedar Falls. All right, for Joe Van Goor, I'm Jay Elsen. Thanks for watching.